Hi, everybody. Welcome to Halo's Tarot. Happy existence, and this is going to be your December 2025 all signs reading. Now, remember, everybody, we are all connected. There aren't really, zodiac is part of a divine plan that gives us almost like our own little superpowers and lessons that we need to learn. So, we're going to get some great messages for our divine timeline. Got some selenite to give us love and clarity, and also some rose quartz, some citrine, and my chakra intention stones. So, without further ado, we're going to say a prayer to our angels, our spirits, our guides, our light guides who walk with us, our ancestors that are all part of our greater good, that we get the right messages for the listeners today for December 2025. We are in the energetic new year, which is November the 11th. And I want to wish everyone a very happy existence and blessings of amazing health, tons of money, and love for all of your days. And so it is. So we are going to get some messages. Okay, Aries. Well, we got a Three of Wands. That first up is Aries. Okay, we got the Three of Wands. That is your energy, Aries. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it is definitely a card of growth. It's self-expression. It's creativity. That Three of Wands. It's a journey. You're going on a journey of self. And almost like creating your story again, Aries. It's a beautiful thing because, she looks like she's going to have a blast out there. Surf some waves. But, maybe waiting for those waves to come in. And that's growth. Self-expression. Yeah, you're getting ready to express yourself. Somebody's expressing themselves. Or, maybe somebody is expressing themselves to you. And vice versa. I see a lot of communication for you, Aries. A lot of, inner knowing. A lot of aha moments happening for you over the closing of the year. And this all leads to your divine journey because, you know what? We're never lost. Because all it takes is one idea, one spark, and to know where you've been and where you're going, or where you want to go with somebody. I think that's important. So go for it, Aries. I think that's a beautiful card for you, the Three of Wands, and we will get an oracle message to clarify that. But that energy of, really expressing yourself. Maybe somebody's expressing themselves to you. They want to grow with you. So that's, in any event, it's an energy of creativity and cooperation. And, but that is definitely an energy for you, Aries. Okay, so we are going to get a message for Taurus. Okay, the Chariot. Taurus, the Chariot. Something coming in. There's a man on riding those two horses, the balanced horses, because they're dark and light. We all have that something coming in that's balanced. I see for you, Taurus. That Chariot, that's a major arcana card, and it's also a Cancer energy. So it's taking control, it's action, it's will, it's determination. So something's coming towards you, Taurus, with determination, and I like that a lot. It's control, it's travel, it's travel too. Maybe you could be traveling over the month of December, Taurus. A lot of holidays going on and stuff like that, but or somebody might be traveling to you or just going places, and that's really nice. There's a like I like that when it's there's a balance involved in that. So we get for December there is somebody coming towards you, Taurus, um, with determination, and they take the action. There is an element of there's been willpower involved here, but I see travel and I see action. Okay, so that's good. Taurus, wonderful. Oop, got a couple cards here. All right. What we got next? We got Gemini. I'm a Gemini. But I have a lot of friends that are Geminis as well too, so I always like to get an open message. So what's going on for Gemini? December 2025. Oh, we have, hang on, the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, well, and with that is, well, the Four of Wands is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and it's reversed, but that's, you know what, I like to recall it like I see it. There might be some instability, maybe some cancellations, coming up over the month of December. But I don't think you need to totally worry about that. Like, Geminis are always going with the flow. It is a card that could indicate some conflict. Maybe that's just conflicting because there's instability and maybe some cancellations in those offers. It could be, maybe to do with Aries, Sagittarius, but I think in the month of December, Gemini, you let things roll, and this flip card is comfort, stability, and celebration. So no matter what, you're celebrating. I see you celebrating because Gemini it's mutable. Like, it can just go with the flow. It rolls with what they're dealt, and it makes a good time because we don't have a long time. We're gonna make a good time. So I'd say just conflict and maybe some cancellations, but that's okay. You always got a backup plan, Gemini. All right, moving along, we have the lovely Cancer. Cancer is like the hot spot. Whoa, okay, so that came out really quick. That was Seven of Cups reversed. And there's some definite indecision, maybe some daydreaming. Somebody is moving forward, Cancer. Maybe you're moving forward, indecisive about how to move forward. Maybe your person is indecisive about how to move forward. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is your energy, Cancer. Yeah. So I think that is it's not an unfortunate, but there is with that Seven of Cups. Usually that's like a lot of options, but maybe somebody's daydreaming. They're just indecisive. They don't know how to kind of move forward with something. Maybe over the month of December, and you think you got to give people like that time and that temperance to figure it out. Because if you rush something, like that song, "You Can't Hurry Love," you just have to wait. So that's okay. You got this, Cancer. You will just go, I think Cancers are the most cozy and emotionally, they're emotional, but yet they're protective about their emotions. And it's an energy that I think that, once you get in touch with your emotions, as far as then that indecisiveness isn't going to, or in your person's emotions, the indecisiveness isn't going to be there anymore because they're in touch. So it leads me to Leo. Leo, you got the King of Swords that came out. Okay, so King of Swords, the King of Swords is courage. It is truth. So, but they can be kind of cold and cutting, but they deliver truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's the mind, it's intellect, it's figuring it out. So your person, Leo, might be delivering some truth. And the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. And but it might come off cold and insincere, but with the King of Swords, it's very logical, and logic isn't emotions. So Leo, like you are a fiery and passionate person, but when logic comes in, it can seem very cold, but it's not. I guess what I'm saying, it might be not your person's intention, this King of Swords, but they want to be truthful. They have the courage, and they're gonna call it like it is. And if it's a spade is a spade, they're gonna call a spade a spade. Okay, so there it is. King of Swords, Leo, person. Alrighty, so who we got? We have Virgo. Whoa, okay, so that quick. 8 of Swords, upright. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy with the 4 of Swords underneath. That's healing and recovery. Okay, so Virgo, 8 of Swords. Maybe your person is feeling stuck a little bit. Maybe they're in denial or helplessness. But we're never, like I said before, we're never truly stuck with the person. They might be just looking at a situation wrong, viewing the, like, sometimes it's like, oh, well, if you just take off the blindfold and you'll be able, you can reach the blindfold even though your hands are tied, right? And then you could probably get out of those shackles, but they're not even there. She's imagining that. So maybe your person is imagining that they're a little bit more helpless than they seem to be. They don't have the confidence. So they there could be in denial about something. Maybe they're in denial. Maybe about their feelings. Their deep feelings for you, Virgo. But in any event, sometimes, like, maybe it just, like, you can always shed some light on things if you feel the need to disclose certain things, and maybe have a little talk with the person, like, but if you're a friend and if it's a love interest and stuff like that, then maybe just talking it out and being there for the person and just giving them other options. But you can't, like, really, if somebody is keeping themselves stuck, it's hard to kind of, like, be there in a sense, because it's like, like, well, what do you want? Do you want advice, or do you want somebody just to wallow in your misery with you? Like, that's not what we're here for. So, I mean, Virgo, then it's just, I think, just giving, maybe this person feels helpless, but your Virgo's a very strong and intellectual sign, so maybe give some support where you can, and always remember, kindness goes a long way, and it's good karma. So somebody's keeping themselves stuck, feeling helpless, possibly into denial. So I mean, okay, we always are going to get oracle messages for each of these cards, and a message of what your person may want to say to you with the definition, and they always match, and they're always awesome. So we're going to continue. All right, so here we are. We had Virgo. Thank you, spirits, for the first 6 signs messages. And we have Libra coming up. Libra. I have Libra rising, but Libras are fun. Never a dull moment with Libra. I mean, all signs are, I love all signs. They're unique and wonderful in each of their aspects. Whoa. Okay, that's a lot. I did see the 10 of Wands. Some exhaustion. Keep going. Okay, Libra, what's up? What's your energy for your person's energy for the month of December 2025? Whoa, flying out. The Ace of Cups. Okay, that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. That's a beautiful new love. That is creativity. That's joy. And so maybe your person or somebody that you're thinking about, maybe you're manifesting that into your life, Libra. You have, if you're receiving it, then, or you're about to receive it, a nice offer, like, you know, in like a new love. Like, I mean, but it's not such a big romantic interest, but I think for this one it is, because it's a very emotional offer. So now we have, I think also, Libra, that, you know, this is an opportunity that has been there, and you might have had some doubts in the past about how this could come about, but there is a new love offer, and or maybe a renewal of love and joy, something in your heart, because it looks like, you know, there's a heart connected, so it's a heart connection. That's great. I'm really happy about that, Libra, for you. Okay, so we have Scorpio. Hot Scorpios. Four of Swords, yeah, that's healing, self-recovery, love of self. And looks like this, you know, this girl's laying in a little nest and trying to piece her broken pieces back together. And so that's good, Scorpio. Like, we need to heal at some point, that and love ourselves wholly, because when we love ourselves wholly, we don't need other people to love us like that. There's no attachment, there's no need for another person. The thing is with the Four of Swords is, like, we need to take time out and make time for that, with solitude and self-recovery. So I really like that for you, Scorpio. Like, be in that energy. The month of December is always a difficult month, but when we love ourselves and we take care of ourselves, then we that energy will come back around, and our bodies, our energetic bodies and our physical bodies will thank us at the end of the day. All right. Sagittarius. Hey. We're gonna get, whoa, that's really fast. 10 of Cups reversed. Okay. Well, 10 of Cups is a beautiful card, and that's this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. What's up, Sag? Well, you know, that's some delays. That's maybe some, you know, maybe a little bit of disharmony. Maybe your person's feeling a little bit of loss and delays, some setbacks with that love, that harmony, that divine connectiveness. There's two people sitting on a rainbow there, and, like, everything's cool. So, you know, in partnerships, we ebb and we flow, but, you know, there could be just some delays in reaching that 10 of Cups, and maybe your person is feeling it. Or maybe there's been a loss or something, or, you know, but there's an emotional, what should I say, disharmony. And that's, I think, Sag, you know, when we look at everything in the bigger picture of things, sometimes we don't see the forest for the trees, and it's like, living your life in the wish fulfillment, like, for a second, and it's like, and if there was no obstacles, and if there's no problems in the world, and you're living your life in the wish fulfillment, it's kind of up to us to what we, and your person, I'm sorry, like, will allow as a delay or like a block. So you know, there has to be like disharmony to recognize harmony. You know, there has to be this to recognize that. So, you know, when you cross all the boxes and tick all the check marks, and you know, in a romantic partnership, you know, you gotta look at a scale. Like, it was like, well, can I live with this? Can I not? Can I live with this or can I not? And I think that is totally something that everybody has the right to evaluate. So I think with this 10 of Cups reversed, we can always change things. We can always insert love. We could insert the things that this card is lacking: love and harmony. So if it's disharmony, we can insert some type of harmony, some type of compromise, some type of, and I'm saying it's on that person and this like, you know, there's always a compromise that can be reached, and to balance in a love situation, because when there is love, that doesn't just go like, then, you know, like if there's hurt involved, then there's, you know what I mean, like what I'm trying to say. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So without hurt, there wouldn't be love. Like without joy, there wouldn't be sadness. So like, we have to take the good, take the bad, put it together. What do you have? The facts of life. Excuse me. All right, Sag. So good times, good things are coming to you, because, as like I always say, the pendulum always swings. We live in the law of attraction universe, that the pendulum will swing to the left and it will swing to the right. And when it swings to the middle, there's still a left and there's still a right. So just, you know, be well. Be well in your own headspace, Sag. Okay, Capricorn. We have the Tower. Now it landed sideways, and I always go clockwise. So whatever the way that it is pointing, like say it flipped that way and it was pointing, I have to spin it clockwise. So this is a Tower upright. The Tower is Major Arcana card. There's some change coming and an awakening. It's almost like, Cap, your person is having an awakening, and maybe you're having an awakening as well with the Tower. It's, you know, blowing the nuts off squirrels. It's you know, lightning, thunder. There's a lot happening. There's change, chaos. It's freedom, but there are revelations happening with these awakenings. Okay. And that's in relation to you, Capricorn. There's a person that is having a Tower moment. And, you know, maybe their world is changing. And they're changing, you know, as a result of it. So I think we'll get some oracle messages again in what that represents. But yeah, the Tower is definitely a sign of an awakening. There is a Aries and Scorpio undertone to it, because it's like these karmic lessons. Okay, Aquarius, we have the Hierophant. Beautiful. Nice. Aquarius. The Hierophant. Well, that is a wonderful card of a spirit. That's also an awakening card. That's wisdom and, you know, spiritual wisdom. Leadership. So Aquarius, you might be leading the pack in your, and you know, maybe a person that you're like thinking about is also very spiritually in tuned. You have, like, you know, your traditions. However, this is a card of leadership and very, very awakened attitudes and awakened perspectives. So that's awesome. Like, that's like, we're here in this human realm, and your person definitely gets it. So they're an awakened individual, like, and they have that spiritual wisdom. Maybe, they've had a come to Jesus moment or something. And, that calls to institutions and tradition. So don't worry, Aquarius. They've come to Jesus, and they're coming to you. And it's a good thing, because it's for the greater good. Pisces, woo! Knight of Wands. All right, and it's sideways. So I gotta take my rule of thumb, flip it up. Okay, Knight of Wands, reversed. That could be, okay, so again, it's a girl beating her drum. She's having fun. She's a passionate, courage, adventure. Woo! Having fun. But again, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, which is fire. And when you flip this little lady upside down, well, other things are on fire, and that could be lead to setbacks. That could be some recklessness. Maybe person's feeling a little reckless. Could be a little, I don't know, not coming off as arrogance, but like, I'll do that one kind of thing. Maybe they're like having to like, they I don't know, they got a job, or like they want to party right before they get their job, and like, I'm going to the casino, I'm gonna blow all my money because I know I'm gonna make all this money, and I don't know. Anyway, there's examples of how energy can play itself out, but like, yeah, it's just some setbacks with your person. Like a little reckless over the month of December. Maybe have a little bit too many cocktails at the family party. So we're gonna get some oracle messages for all of these signs, and get some clarification for your person. Okay. All right, here we go. Got our beautiful rose quartz. Lovely. All right, so let's get a message for Aries and that Three of Wands. That's growing, expressive energy that you have coming towards you. They want to grow with you. They want to express themselves, be creative. I keep lying to myself about how I feel about you. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe that's their person's done with that. Like, they want to grow. They want to expand those feelings with creative ideas, and maybe like express themselves. So like maybe they are lying in a sense, like maybe they have really deep feelings for you and they try to suppress that, or maybe they are like I said, like maybe they are growing and they want to express something about like those emotions towards you, because those are big emotions. And and maybe but roles can be reversed and energy can play out in all sorts of ways. So that could be something, it's not 3 days. But I keep lying to myself about how I feel about you. Yeah. It's like they are going to be expressing themselves. And I would say, and that's to you because that's your energy. It's creative, and I saw miracles twice. Okay, so let's get a Three of Wands with, I keep lying to myself about how I feel about you. That's, well, they are growing, and maybe they're getting real. They're getting real on how they feel. They're getting real on how they feel. Aries, that's good. Well, get real. Because everybody deserves to live a life that they love and they deserve, right? So the Chariot for Taurus, with that kind of action, balanced energy. But what is the person you're thinking about, Taurus? What do they want to say to you with this Chariot? What do they want to say to you about this Chariot? Oops, sorry. Too many cards. I don't take them unless they're like a clear message. Whoa. Okay, divine timing. There you go, Taurus. Divine timing. That it's coming. Something is coming in at the right time, the right place. It's divine timing. It's action. It's, yeah, that Chariot. It's determination, willpower, manifesting, divine timing. There's a Cancer energy to that. And there's a travel aspect. So maybe somebody travels to come see you, you travel to see them. There's could be a divine timing aspect of this. There is definitely some willpower and determination that's gone into this. Okay, well, Gemini, you got soulmate. Okay, that Four of Wands reversed. All right. So soulmates with 4 1s reverse, Aries, so Sag air energy. There could be some instability, cancellations, and some conflict with a potential soulmate. Well, I mean, that's like, honestly, what am I going to say here? It's the holidays, celebrations, the party seems to be kind of over right now. Only in the sense that for the person that you're thinking about, because that soulmate, there's a lot of different soulmates. Like there's your karmic soulmate, you got like, you have your marriage soulmate, you have your soulmates that are your family and your friends. Like, there's lots of different soulmates out there, but then you have your twin flames. It's a total different ballgame. But yeah, this soulmate, there could be some cancellations on and some instability, which could create a little bit of a conflict. But like, if that's a true soul connection, and these are all about lessons and going with the flow. Like I said with Gemini, you are a jack or Jill of all trades. You can make fun out of a paint drying contest. I said you're gonna be good no matter what. But yeah, there might be some cancellations or delays and some conflicts or instability with a soulmate. But like I said, their true soulmate, these life lessons and things will come about, and that won't matter. All right, so Gemini, thank you. Cancer, this is 7 of Cups reversed. Yeah, I saw that it was under soulmate. So it says, I'm sorry. So Cancer, your person is sorry. They want to say they're sorry. Well, that is good. Because, everybody deserves an apology. And if you've been hurt or it's, they're moving forward, they're daydreaming, they're indecisive, and they're sorry about that. Maybe somebody's taking their time giving you an answer. Maybe they, I hate that when like you're waiting on something and then it's like, they just, oh, well, I'll get back to you on that. Or, yeah. This upright is fantasy, it's options, it's temptation. Okay, so, but that's on the reverse side. There is indecision and there's daydreaming, but there is some progression. There's moving forward. So maybe they're moving forward to an apology. I like that a lot. Yeah, move forward with an apology. Well, good. Well, Cancer, looks like potentially somebody is thinking about apologizing to you. They're moving forward, and they might be a little bit, indecisive, but still, it's a decision. That is a decision on itself to apologize. All right, so King of Swords for Leo. Let's see, miracles. Yeah, I got it again. Okay, so miracles for Leo. Let's meet on the bottom. All right, well, miracles, that King of Swords. Your person, Leo, is bringing, it brings miracles. Like, you know, excuse me. The person that you're thinking about, that it's truth. It's courage. It's you know, it might be cutting, it might be a little bit too intellectual, like, you know, for like to, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're in that swords energy, like, and you've got something all figured out, and you want to communicate this truth, and you gotta wait till people catch up. So Leo, your person might be just waiting for you to catch up, but they have the courage and they have the mental power to talk about that with you. And they're going to bring that miracle of that truthful communication, that logical communication. And it's gonna clear up a lot of things, and that in itself is a miracle. Because when we cut through confusion, nobody likes to be confused. Nobody likes to be left in the dark or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that's very important to note that. So miracles coming for Leo through their person. Eight of Swords, girl, I rushed here just to take it slow. Okay, so like, kind of, what did this person's keeping themselves stuck. They want to take it slow, slow it down. Maybe they have a lot of anxiety, or like, but that is denial, like feeling stuck, helpless. They want to take it slow. Virgo. But that's energy, like I said, like you could just be with that person and, you know, kind of just walk their hands. Like it's okay. Nothing needs to rush. If something's gonna last forever, then it doesn't need to be rushed upon. And we can just enjoy yourselves and enjoy your time together. And then maybe, you know what, figure out a way that they're not seeing themselves as so stuck. Awesome. Okay, Virgo, well, that is message for you. This is far from over. Okay, well, with Ace of Cups. Well, like I said to you, Libra, there could be something like a new love offer, a rekindling, like there's joy, there's an offer, there's an exchange, and it's far from over. So, maybe, you know what? Love is not over for you. There's still joy to be had. This person is feeling you. And you just have to, like, you know that it's not over. There's still things to come. There's love to come. I like that a lot. All right. Well, what are you up to, hot Scorpio? What are you up to, hot Scorpio? With your Four Swords, you're healing. You are healing. Oops. I was going to say time does not exist. Okay, you were healing. We will be together again. Aw, that's nice. So, maybe a person recovering, healing, self-love, spending time in solitude a bit, and they want to let you know that we will be together again. Maybe when they heal a little bit more, you can be together in a good sense again. Well, I love that. Okay, Sag. Let's get a message for your person. What do we got? What do we got here? With the Ten of Cups reversed. Ten of Cups reversed. That's some loss, some delays, maybe some disharmony. Just for a minute. Doesn't have to be a long time. Maybe your snowblower ran out of gas, but you're gonna... It's an example. Cause some disharmony in the weather we've been having. Alright, so what does your person want to say? Whoa. Oh, I got too many. That's way too many. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, behave yourselves. Alright. One card for Sagittarius and what their person wants to say. Okay. My ships come in over calm seas. Awesome. Okay, well, Sag, your person might want to say with that loss, the delays and maybe a little bit of disharmony that's happening, they are remaining calm even in spite of that. Again, I hear that song in my head. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. In spite of ourselves, honey, we're the big door prize. So yeah, so my ship's coming over calm seas, so there could be some delays and maybe feelings of loss towards your person, but they're keeping calm like Donkey Kong, and they're rolling with it. So Sag, somebody's hanging in there, they're rolling with it, they're keeping calm, because they know if they do that, especially, you know, with you, Sag, like, because your fire energy, then they just know that that's always going to lead to the best outcome. And then that has a chance of turning itself over into love and harmony and the divine connection that it is. Okay. When I was shuffling, I got for the Capricorn, your person with the Tower, everything I do it for you. I think I actually got that card in your monthly reading for your person and kind of how they feel about you. Okay, so maybe, like, again, the awakening that this person is having, everything they do it for you, Capricorn. They love you, and that they're having like a big time Tower moment. Like, it's causing some chaos for this person, possibly. But it caused a revelation and an awakening moment for your person, and you know, there's freedom attached to a Tower. But that creates change, because like when you love somebody and maybe your person had to figure out how to do things more for themselves to make themselves happy rather than just for you. I know, but I'm not trying to take anything away from you, Capricorn. But I think sometimes people can be overdoers and overgivers and neglect themselves to the point where they need to have an awakening and a revelation, and which leads to that, like, self-love and that healing energy, like that, and that swords progression of things. So that's beautiful still. Like, I mean, Towers are sometimes, like, you know, necessary for people to realize their true thoughts and feelings towards someone. Okay, so I need a card for the Hierophant and Aquarius. You're my happy place, the Sun. Well, that guy looks pretty happy. Looks pretty happy, spiritually aware, knowing he's going. The light is there. I saw the light. See what I'm saying? Come to Jesus mode. All right, yeah, I saw the light. Somebody sees the light. They know you're the happy place, or there's the happy place. Is very evident to this person. They see it. They're awakened to it. And that's leadership. That's wisdom. They know it. So I think that's everything is going to turn out okay with that happy place there. Okay, so for Pisces, I got spirit guides are divinely leading. But under that, it was vacation and travel. I'm more inclined to take the vacation and travel card because there's some recklessness going on. That's the first one that I saw. But knowing that spirit guides are divinely leading, this is spirit guides are divinely leading this whole entire thing. You know what I mean? If you're watching tarot, the spirit guides are leading you. Because that's who we're talking to right now. We're talking to the divine. So, all right, there we are. Vacation or travel, yeah. So Knight of Wands, that is some setbacks, maybe some, a little bit reckless behavior in a person, Pisces, or maybe like you guys are like, screw it, let's go on a vacation, but a lot of times that like maybe not prioritizing what needs to be done, with obligations and relationships, or but this is like, there could be some, it looks like vacation or travel could be a factor into the recklessness and maybe have caused some setbacks for this person, because they're like, well, I can't get Bobby the $1,200 PlayStation that he wants, but so I overindulged, I was reckless. So there's all sorts of examples of that, but Pisces, like, you are a very creative and energetically flowing person. So I think that maybe, there's a mutual energy here, because there's like, I think that maybe you want, maybe that maybe there's some reckless behavior that has to stem that, and maybe you need a vacation. This person, yeah, I think that, maybe like they might have got another job, or they want to have the last hurrah, but it's kind of like, don't gamble your life savings at the casino away because you got a really good paying job that's starting tomorrow. Like, you don't put your eggs in all in one basket. So something about that. And again, like, I'm not saying that that's like a huge thing like that, but it could be something more minor. But this is some just things to be aware of, and I think that inevitably we're on a divine journey, and at the closing of the year of 2025, I think that we all need to hold the light, hold each other, and manifest exactly what our soul desires, because we have the power to do so. Again, I wish you all a happy existence, and I will see you for the upcoming New Year reading, and I'm going to pull in all signs mid-month and a special Christmas reading. So thank you all so much for liking and sharing and subscribing to my channel. And I'm Halo. Happy existence, and I love you.